Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC P00FE refers to an issue with the EVAP, Evaporative Emission Control System, vent line in Honda CRV models from 2017 to 2022. This diagnostic trouble code signifies that there is a blockage in the vent line, which could prevent vapor from escaping the fuel system into the atmosphere. The fuel tank vapor control valve and fuel vent tube play key roles in managing fuel vapors. The fuel tank vapor control valve ensures that gasoline vapors do not escape from the fuel system into the atmosphere, while the fuel vent tube connects to the EVAP canister located near the fuel tank. This canister collects and stores fuel vapors until they can be purged and burned in the engine, which helps in reducing emissions. Proper diagnosis and repair are crucial to resolve the blockage and ensure that the emission system functions correctly. Ignoring this code could lead to increased emissions and potential vehicle performance issues. DTC P00FE indicates a specific issue, the EVAP vent line blockage. EVAP stands for Evaporative Emission Control System, a system designed to prevent fuel vapors from leaking into the atmosphere. The blockage primarily affects the fuel system, preventing proper venting of vapors. The components involved primarily include the fuel tank vapor control valve and the fuel vent tube, both crucial for normal system operation. The fuel vent tube connects the fuel tank to the EVAP canister, which is typically located near the rear of the vehicle, affixed adjacent to the fuel tank. When the vent line is blocked, it disrupts the entire EVAP system's function, leading to increased pressure in the fuel tank and potential malfunctioning of the engine during fuel burning. Several possible causes can lead to the DTC P00FE error code, with the most prevalent being a blockage in the vent line. This blockage may occur due to foreign objects, bends, or damage to the vent line itself. Another significant cause could be a faulty fuel tank, possibly stemming from cracks or malfunctions in the tank design, which can inhibit fuel vapor control mechanisms. Furthermore, a defective EVAP canister can also contribute to this DTC. If the canister is compromised, it won't be able to effectively store or release fuel vapors as needed. These issues, if not addressed, can result in reduced performance and increased emissions from your vehicle. Emphasizing the importance of troubleshooting this DTC promptly. When DTC P00FE is triggered, you may experience several noticeable symptoms. The most immediate indicator is that the check engine light on the dashboard will illuminate, alerting you to a potential issue that needs attention. Additionally, you might notice poor engine performance characterized by hesitation during acceleration or rough idling, indicating that the air-fuel mixture is not being optimized. Increased fuel consumption can also be a symptom, as the malfunctioning EVAP system can disrupt the engine's efficient combustion process, leading to more fuel being used than necessary. These symptoms not only affect your vehicle's efficiency, but can also increase the overall emissions, stressing the importance of addressing the DTC as soon as it appears. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P00FE involves checking the fuel tank vapor control valve and the fuel vent tube. Start by ensuring the vehicle is turned to the off/lock mode for safety. Insert an emergency fuel funnel into the fuel filler neck to facilitate access. Next, disconnect the fuel vent tube from the EVAP canister and connect a vacuum pump or gauge rated from 0 to 30 inches of mercury, such as the Snap-on YA4000A or a comparable tool. Apply vacuum to the fuel vent tube and assess whether it can maintain that vacuum. If it holds vacuum effectively, this indicates the fuel tank and valve are functional, leading you to consider potential issues with the next components. If the vacuum is not held, this suggests a malfunction that may require you to replace the fuel tank. In the second step of troubleshooting, you will need to conduct a thorough check of the EVAP canister itself. Begin by disconnecting the drain hose from the canister and plugging its drain tube port. Then, disconnect the EVAP canister purge hose and attach the vacuum pump or gauge to the canister. The aim is to apply vacuum to the canister, much like the previous step. It's essential to confirm whether it can hold the vacuum. If the canister holds vacuum successfully, this means it is functioning correctly, and you will need to proceed to the next component in the system. However, if it fails to maintain vacuum, you will need to replace the EVAP canister as it indicates internal failure, damaging its ability to control vapor effectively. The third step in troubleshooting DTC P00FE focuses again on the EVAP canister through a secondary check. In this phase, you need to remove the plug from the drain tube port and plug the fuel vent tube port instead. Once you have done this, reconnect the vacuum pump or gauge to the EVAP canister. Apply vacuum once more to ascertain the canister's functionality. It's crucial that you observe the same checks as before. Does it hold the vacuum? If it succeeds in holding the vacuum, you can confidently conclude that the canister is performing as intended and will move on to less likely defect possibilities. However, if the canister fails to hold vacuum once again, this is a definitive sign of internal failure, warranting a replacement of the EVAP canister to proceed with repairs. The fourth troubleshooting step involves a thorough visual check of the drain hose associated with the EVAP system. Initially, disconnect the drain hose from the EVAP leak check module. It is essential to inspect this hose for any signs of deformation, obstruction, or foreign objects that might impede its operation. Proper operation of the drain hose is crucial for allowing excess fuel vapors to escape safely from the system. If the drain hose appears damaged or malfunctioning, it'll need to be replaced to restore system efficiency. However, should the hose be in acceptable condition, you'll need to consider replacing the EVAP leak check module itself, as it is the next proper course of action to ensure overall function of the EVAP system. Upon completing all the necessary repairs associated with DTC P00FE, it is critical to conduct a final repair verification. This involves taking the vehicle for a test drive to monitor how it performs under normal operating conditions. Pay attention to any noticeable improvements in engine performance or fuel consumption, as your repairs will likely affect these metrics. After the test drive, it is essential to use an OBD2 scanner to check whether the diagnostic trouble code clears or reappears during the process. If P00FE remains absent, this allows you to confirm successful resolution of the issue. However, if the code reoccurs, it is advisable to reevaluate the previous repair steps for any overlooked factors, ensuring that the EVAP system is functioning optimally before concluding the repair process. To prevent future occurrences of DTC P00FE, implementing a regular preventive maintenance routine is highly advisable. Start with frequent inspections of all EVAP system components to ensure they are intact and functioning properly. Checking the vent lines for blockages, dirt accumulation, or any signs of wear can save significant time and resources down the line. Keeping these lines clean and clear is essential for the optimal performance of the entire EVAP system. Additionally, encourage a habit of early diagnosis should any check engine lights appear, as this can facilitate timely repairs. Ensuring the integrity of the EVAP system through consistent maintenance not only helps in avoiding potential issues, but also contributes to better overall fuel efficiency and lower emissions. In summary, the DTC P00FE indicates a blockage within the EVAP vent line, which is critical for maintaining vehicle emission levels and overall performance. Addressing the symptoms associated with this code, such as poor engine performance and increased fuel consumption, is essential for keeping the vehicle operating efficiently. The troubleshooting steps systematically outlined are designed to pinpoint the issue leading to the DTC and guide you in effective repairs. Ensuring that the fuel tank vapor control valve, the EVAP canister, and associated hoses are all functioning correctly plays a vital role in this process. Regular preventive maintenance is paramount to avoid the recurrence of such issues, thus contributing to lower emissions and better fuel economy across the vehicle's lifespan. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.